Hold me back. Hold me back.
Now, that's a big boy. He's strong. You know, you box good. You can do this. You got this over him. You're gonna have to tighten up this. You're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation.
With Canelo said, I believe Canelo at one particular time thought I was.
Floyd Mayweather, often hailed as the greatest of all time, expressed full confidence after his training session with Terence Crawford. Mayweather shared valuable insights to help Crawford prepare for a potential fight against Canelo Alvarez. Having defeated Canelo in 2013, Mayweather's strategic expertise and experience could be crucial in guiding Crawford as he prepares for the challenge of facing the renowned champion.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Floyd Mayweather, reflecting on his iconic fight with Canelo Alvarez, highlighted his smaller size, stating he likely weighed only 151 or 152 pounds for the bout. Despite the weight difference, Mayweather displayed his unmatched skill, precision, and experience, effortlessly outclassing the younger, stronger Canelo. His performance solidified his legacy as one of boxing's greatest.
Idea. So at one particular time, you guys can, anybody, you can go online and pull this up. It was an article. So with Canelo said, I believe Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him, you know, that I was afraid. So he said, Floyd don't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 pounds or 152 and a half. And me, I called his bluff and said, if you want to do it, let's do it at 152 or 152 and a half. And, but after Canelo made the weight, it wasn't like it was a certain clause to where he couldn't gain weight. So after he weighed 152 or 152 and a half, I think he came in like 168 or close to 170. And actually I came in at probably like, I probably came in at 151 and 152.
Gotcha.
But Roy Jones is one hell of a fighter. You know, I can't get on here and hate on his skills and knock his skills. He's been through a lot in the sport of boxing, and he's done a lot for the sport of boxing. And I'm absolutely proud of Roy.
Floyd Mayweather recently shared his thoughts on a potential fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, advising caution. He suggested that Crawford should carefully assess the challenges of moving up in weight to face Alvarez. Drawing from his own experience of defeating Alvarez in 2013, Mayweather emphasized the need for strategic planning and thorough preparation for such a high-stakes match.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto, and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya.
Recently, Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather visited a gym to watch Shakur Stevenson train, showing their support for the rising boxing star. Their presence highlighted the strong mentorship and camaraderie within the boxing community. During a visit to a Las Vegas gym, Mayweather humorously responded to Eddie Hearn's past comments questioning his net worth. Having earned over $1.2 billion throughout his career, Mayweather playfully showed Hearn some of his accounts to back up his wealth, leading to a friendly exchange. The trio, including Crawford, was seen enjoying a lively conversation, sharing laughs, and discussing various boxing topics.
Called me earlier. It's like, yo, when you sparring, I'm gonna come to the gym. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was gonna pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything. His advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he say. So I appreciate it.
You hear him when you're sparring?
Hell yeah, I can hear everything he's saying. He want me to box. He want me to. I can hear him, but sometimes it's like it's hard to listen. Sometimes I gotta listen a little bit more. A hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate them. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep getting better and better.
Eddie Hearn later shared his experience of unexpectedly meeting Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at a training camp, revealing that the visit wasn't planned. "I didn't go down to the gym to meet Crawford and Floyd," he explained.
Gym, they probably heard I was there, so they wanted to pull up. You know what I'm saying? No,
What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really spoke to Floyd before. I've met him half a dozen times, and we've sort of said hello and all that kind of stuff. But actually, he's a funny fucker. He is. And I'm single-handedly making Terence Crawford the most popular fighter in the world, because I am the only one that's ever brought out his personality. True or false? Right? And Terence is one of the top guys in the sport.
But even if he wasn't, you'd still say that because your business mind now is working and you're going,
I wouldn't say top. I might say top, but he's unbelievably humble. Let me give you an example. Terence Crawford is with Steve Nelson's team, okay? They are staying at a hotel, part of the Cosmopolitan Group, across the street. All right, nice hotel. Yeah, okay, nice, right? But you know, there are many more fancy hotels in Las Vegas. Okay, he has a standard room there, and we said to him, "Listen, do you want us to get you he could go into any hotel in Vegas and get a palatial suite," and he said, "No, I want to stay with Steve for the week in a standard room." Now, to some people, they might go, "Oh, big deal." You know what people are like. I don't know many people that would actually do that. Floyd definitely wouldn't do that. But Terence is probably one of the most humble fighters in his position of the sport. And do you know what I love about being in environments like that last night? The love for the sport. Like Terence is watching Shakur sparred. Shakur sparred 14 rounds. 14 4-minute rounds with 30-second breaks. And Terence and Floyd watched the entire spar. They then went to another ring and watched another, I think it's Ray Ford, and watched another spar.
Eddie Hearn praised Terence Crawford, calling him perhaps the most humble fighter in his position. Despite being one of boxing's elite, Crawford remains grounded and approachable, which sets him apart. Hearn also highlighted Crawford's authenticity, respect for the sport, and genuine character. Meanwhile, Teddy Atlas raised questions about whether Canelo Alvarez can handle the smaller, faster, and slicker Crawford. Atlas noted Crawford's superior defensive skills, footwork, and ability to create angles, tools that could exploit Canelo's occasional slowdown. He also wondered if Crawford's speed and movement would prevent Canelo from closing gaps, while questioning if Crawford could neutralize Canelo's power by staying elusive.
Seems like it's not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Medvedev, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Medvedev was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. But when you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. He's beaten anybody that they put in front of him. He beat an undefeated fighter in Errol Spence that everybody thought was just like, one of the best fighters out there, which he was. He was. He was one of the top fighters pound for pound out there, and he didn't just beat him, he dismantled him. He might have ruined him. We were talking about getting ruined in fights earlier. He might have ruined him. We don't know. He hasn't been back yet, Spence. He may have psychologically, physically ruined him. But he has done everything asked of him, and he's done it in a superb way. It's not that he's just won. I look at how people win. How versatile are they? How mentally together are they? What happens when they're tested? What happens when they have to make an adjustment? I look at all those things. What happens when they can't depend on power? What else do they have to depend on? I look at everything, their technique, their defense, their offense, all of it. And I look at Crawford as one of those special guys. I don't care if you guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger.